push up to handstand, and then let the car go past. Today I'm going to go through the dead start handstand push-up. So this is a little bit harder than using momentum, but we can still back it off and make it to the easiest version, then I'll slowly go through to the hardest version. So the easiest version would be a Pike handstand push-up. So I'm going to place the head on the floor, make a triangle between the head and the hands. So there, walk the hip in so it's nice and high, and then push up. So that's the dead start. So no momentum, starting from the bottom, go all the way up. Now ideally you would do a eccentric on the back of it as well. So exactly the same, push up, open up at the top, slowly back down again till the head kisses the floor. That would be 1 rep. Then we can make it a little bit harder. Now harder from there, you could go a harder variation of the Pike push-up. So you could raise your feet up. You could go to a deficit with your hands. So you could have your hands off the ledge of something and take your head lower than your hands. So something like this. So the hands would be higher than the head. Push up from there. Same on the eccentric, as slow as possible till the head kisses the floor. Next up, we have the crow ups. Now the crow is a really cool one because we can adjust the height, adjust the range of motion we're going through. So I'm going to start somewhere in the middle to start with. So a frog or a crow position there, no momentum, push up to handstand, and then let the car go past, and then a slow eccentric back down to that same position. So I can make that harder by just going deeper. So more arm bend, head closer to the floor, push, show control, come back down again. Now, if you don't have the balance at the top to control that every time, you could have the wall behind you and just touch your feet to the wall, but ideally we'd be going to a freestand and then come back down with control. Once we have that one, we could go from headstand. So I'm going to place the head on the floor, make a triangle with the hands, externally rotate the hands so I'm nice and strong in that position. Step into a headstand. Just try and keep the bodies one piece and push up to handstand, show control, slowly back down again till the head kisses the floor. So there, show control, come back down. Now, interestingly, on the journey to the handstand push-up, some people will have that one, but they won't be able to control and balance a freestanding and handstand push-up yet, because a lot of people fall over in the handstand push-up at this bottom section when they change direction. So this part here, where the head touches, they lose balance there, and that's what stops them getting the rep. So next we have this deficit one. This is where we can use a step or a wall to get as deep as we can. We just need to do the weed in first. Then I'm going to go down into my shoulder stand position. Same thing, external rotation. I'm going to have the collarbone or the chest just touching the wall. Ideally straight position here, and then push up. Can't talk on the concentric. So that position, so no kip, and then slowly coming down, elbows in, meet the torso, finish. So that's been seen as a full range of motion deficit handstand push-up. But as obviously the concentric only at the start, we're still doing the eccentric, but it doesn't need that balance component as we change direction at the bottom, which is harder for a lot of people. And it's easier to change direction at the top and come back down again. And then what's seen as the hardest one is the dead press. So I'm going to lay flat on the floor. Now this one I might need to arch my body up, but I'm not going to use any momentum, or try not to use any momentum. So from a dead start position, laying down on the floor. And then push from there. Scrape the hat, arch the body up, but show control. And then slowly come down, back to that position and flap on the floor. Ideally that would be kissing the floor and landing nice and slow with control. Now most of those need more strength than starting at the top in the handstand and then lowering down to the position and then back up again, or using the momentum to get up. But it's a little bit easier from a balance point of view. So if you are someone that's stronger, that might be the go for you, or it's worth trying them, especially if you're on your handstand journey and you just want to mix up your training and hit it from a different direction. So let me know if you have any questions with this one down in the comments. Thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll speak to you next time. Thanks, guys.